Hey everybody, Timmy from the Tactical Defender, and I am out today doing the full review of the Cold Steel GI Tanto, and I gotta tell you, so far so good. I have very few complaints about this knife. So many uses, and I gotta tell you, out of the box it is sharp, there's no doubt about it. And it's just a fantastic knife. Kind of been playing around with this dead tree here that fell over, taking all the branches off, testing a few items out, but really working the Cold Steel GI Tanto. And today, this is what this video is going to be about. All right, let's talk about that now. All right, so what I want to do first is give you some pretty much quick specs. The blade length is 7 inches from the guard to the tip of the Tanto blade. It is a Tanto blade. Overall length is exactly 1 foot, 12 inches. The steel is actually 1055 high carbon steel. It does have the safety coating over it to kind of keep it from rust. And I gotta tell you, I've been really pounding a lot, and it's not flaking off. So far it's not rubbing off, and it cleans up really well too, by the way. The whole weight of the knife is 10.6 ounces. The handle is exactly 5 inches long, and it does have polypropylene handles, which is more or less plastic. They are held on, I believe, by hex screws. It does have a lanyard hole at the end, which I really kind of wish I did, because I'm getting a really good swing. It actually is chopping better than I thought it would. If I had a lanyard on there, I would actually be doing even better, even taking more off. Hex screws will take off the scales. I've seen people take those off. They weren't happy with it, and then they kind of lash paracord around there. I've seen people tie it to a stick or a pole, use it as a spear. It's excellent, and it actually is weighted for throwing. I'm not a knife thrower. I never claimed to be. I don't particularly care to throw my knives. I'd rather have them in my hand. I'm sure it serves a purpose somewhere in some situations, but I'm not a knife thrower. Sorry. There's a lot of videos on YouTube of people throwing these and doing really well with them, so it's good to know that I at least can do that. As I said, it is a Tanto blade. The bulk of the blade, the thickest part of the blade, is roughly up in this area, which as you know, is what gives a Tanto blade its strength. Its point is very, very strong. I mean, there's videos of these literally going through car doors and cans, and that's good to know it can do that. It does have a non-sharpened, I believe you call it a swedge, on the back part of the blade here. It's not sharpened. I'm sure if I hit you with that portion, it's gonna hurt. Does have large hand guard there to keep your hand from sliding. Not going to happen, but it does have a large finger control there, so you can choke up on it when you're doing fine work, or even a little bit more control with the knife. But I mean, so far I really like it. It is actually doing better at chopping than I thought it would. The handles, I am wearing gloves today, it's really chilly out today, but the handle really stays in your hand. If I had a lanyard, which I didn't do, I apologize, I would actually be getting a better swing at it, and even taking off even more. But I mean, I've been going at this for a while, delimbing it, and really doing a lot with it. And I'll do some more now, so you can see that. And then in a little bit we will discuss the sheath. My only problems with this knife is pretty much with the sheath. The knife itself is incredible. It really actually, I mean, it really looks kind of, you know, mall tactical. I mean, it just looks crazy. It really does, but it does a job. It's doing its job. It's better than I anticipated. But let's do some chopping and we'll see what it looks like. All right? So I've actually, like I said, I have been, I mean, look at that. That is just fantastic. I've been sort of delimbing this tree for a little while now, and gonna make something with all the branches, kind of stack them off to the side. And I mean, it's not heavy. It's not like the SC5. It doesn't have a lot of weight to it, but it does feel very solid in hand. I mean, that's not a small branch. It kind of is a small branch, but I mean, this thing can chop, providing you're going it the right way. I mean, it's such a... I mean, it can chop. Again, and this is the truth, it's staying in my hand better than I thought it would without a lanyard. But a lanyard would certainly be better. I can use that. I'll continue delimbing that, and I can use that. Really is a fantastic blade. I mean, you can do so much with this knife. It really chops well. I really kind of thought the flat blade, as opposed to a curved blade, a drop point, a Bowie type blade, I really thought that it wouldn't sharp as well because it's just flat across, but I'm wrong. It actually really it does fantastic. Such a nice blade. All right, another great method. Obviously, you know this thing can baton, right? So let's say I'm out and I forgot my saw, and I got myself a nice stick here, and you can, I mean, literally take chunks out of this. I mean, there's so much stuff you could do with this. Now, I'm kind of at a disadvantage here because I'm up high. If this was lower, it would obviously be much better to work with, you know. I mean, I am pounding this. I'm hitting it at all kinds of angles. I wish it was lower, but I'm here alone today, so. But you really can do some good work with this. There we go. The log is thicker than the blade, so I can't hit that way now. Well, what a great knife, seriously. What a great stick. So, I'm very happy with this knife. Doing what I've been doing with it today This particular side kind of came loose a little bit, but I have the actual drill bit or screw bit for this. I'm just going to tighten them down. I've seen people take those off and wrap it with paracord. I'm not sure why. I mean, I'm sure everybody has their own reason. I really kind of like these handles. I have big hands, and oddly enough, the bigger my big fat hands hold a smaller, thinner knife better than a knife with a big fat handle. I don't want my handle scales bigger than the knife itself, you know what I mean? And that works. That feels really good in hand. I really feel I have total control over that. Oh, I made myself a lean-to. Get it? Lean-to. All right, the knife, great steel, 1055 high carbon steel, polypropylene plastic handles. I mean, I really like this knife. Been messing around with this tree for a while. Now the sheath. The sheath is Secure-X. Cold Steel uses that in a lot of their sheaths. It is a nice sheath as far as the Secure-X part goes. Good lockup, not coming out. Multiple ways to lash it to your body because it's got holes, lines there. You can put some tech locks through, molly locks through. It does come with a, which by the way is removable, I didn't know it when I first got it, a nylon belt loop. I'm not one to wear my fixed blades on my belt. I just don't particularly care for that. It does have a snap that if I didn't have gloves I could probably get. Oh, okay. Alright, so it does also have a snap. I mean, this unsnaps. It unsnaps and velcros to put it around stuff. It does have a snap for the handle, but without that, it's not coming out. I mean, it's in there. It's in there nice. You can remove this. I really like that. I like the options. That's my biggest thing. I like options. If I want to put some molly locks or tech locks or something on this and hang it on my backpack, which I really like to do. I don't like fixed blades this size on my person. I like the fact that I can remove that and I can do that. You don't even need this. It's not coming out. It's not coming out. It's in there really tight. It's just a great knife. Great knife. The sheath, not crazy about that. That's not a big deal. It's definitely not a deal breaker. Under $30 depending on where you go. I did get this from Tom at tacticaldefense.com. He sent this to me with a couple other items and said, beat on it, do what you do. And I've been, and it's doing a great job. He sells them for under $30. And for 30 bucks, it's a hell of a knife. 1055 holds a good edge, easy to put an edge on. And as you can see, it does a lot of cool stuff. For $30, you get a couple of these, you put them in your pack, you put one in your car, and you'll always have them. Good backup blade as well as a good primary blade. But this would be a good backup blade for me to my, my other Essie. But yeah, I'm going to continue playing around with this tree with this knife. And thank you for watching this video, everybody. Be well, stay safe. If you're not a subscriber yet, please do. I really appreciate that. And we'll talk soon, okay? Bye.